What is up, guys? And I'm here to talk about what people want in Football Fusion and what certain things that should be fixed in Football Fusion. Now, this video is not to show like any disrespect to XSTNs. This is just to show you what like what people's opinions are. It shows no shame on the owner and developers of the game. Obviously, I'm not trying to take no shots at somebody, but this video is only about the opinions of people. And number one, we're going to start with pro versus noob servers. Okay, the reason why I think there should be pro versus noob servers is because why should there be pro versus noob servers? Because y'all know, like I do know, y'all pros know like I know. If you have noobs on your team, they're going to sell you. So, and then when you have noobs on your team, you literally can't win a game. Like, you know. Yeah, you really can't win a game. There's like no way. Especially if you have a whole team full of noobs. No, it ain't happening. I don't care how good you is. So they're going to sell you one way or another. It's just not gonna work, man. That's why you gotta go to at the game and just know what to do, because when you don't have pro versus noob servers, it causes a lot of confusion, especially because the noobs don't know how to play. I feel like there should be a tutorial on how the noobs should play the game. It should not just be options on how to play the game, because I feel like then you have noobs because they get reported for trolling, and they're not trolling. They just don't know how to play the game. And we have people that report for trolling and get mad when I decline that. I'm declining it because I don't want to ban a new player, because it's usually on accident. It's not on purpose every freaking time. You can tell when someone's a noob if you've been in a game that been too long. So let me do my job and stop reporting noobs. If I decline it, don't argue with me. I'm only doing it because I know people. I know noobs are not always at their best. Just not. So that's why there should be pro versus noob servers. Because if you don't have pro versus noob servers, it just throws everything off. And the reason why I say that, because pro servers, you can play with comp. Because everybody wants to play with comp, right? That's the purpose of the leagues, too. That's the reason leagues were made. Because there's no pro versus noob servers in Publix. Right? That's the reason that's made. And it makes sense why leagues were made, because there's no pro versus noob servers. So that's why pro versus noob servers should be created for Football Fusion. So we don't have any problems with noobs causing commotion with the game and then throwing everything off. And then they're saying it's on purpose. It's not on purpose. It's literally on accident. So the second thing I'm gonna get to is the fourth down problem. Why is that a problem? Because everybody knows, like I know, like example, you want to go for fourth down, like this punt. It's fourth down and 21. Sometimes people want to go for that. I feel like you should have the option. If you're the captain, you should be able to choose whether you should go for it or not. And that's just an opinion. And that's not even really an opinion. I think everybody wants that. There's no excuse to not be able to go for it on fourth down. I know it might be too far back to go for it on fourth down, but if you have to go for it on fourth down in an important situation, then you need to go for it on fourth down. And I know why he made it like that, because people will click go for fourth down every time, then they turn the ball over. That's understandable, but you want to go for it on fourth down, don't you? Especially us pros. And that's like it's the same thing with 2-point conversions. Especially with this kicking update that everybody hates. You should be able to go for it on 2-point conversions every time you want to as a captain. So I might call this captain decisions for fourth down and 2-point conversion, because I think that would be the best name for it. Why would that be the best name for it? Because the reason that's the best name for it is because people should be allowed to go for it on 4th down, or they should go for it on 2-point conversions. Because we know half the time, if you do not have a good kicker in your game, y'all going to miss that extra point. You might as well get ready. You're going to miss the extra point. You're going to be looking confused. Which is why you should be allowed to go for it on 4th down at any time. You should not be able to go on 4th down when you get enough yardage. The only times you can go for it on 4th down is when you get like 4th and 7, 4th and 6, stuff like that. Because the update is 4th and 10. It changed to 4th and 15 now. Well, not 4th and 15. It changed to 10 to 15 yard because of how small the field is. So, in order to only go for it on 4th down, you had to be in like 6 or 7 yard radius to go for it. Which I completely disagree. There's not a reason I should not be able to go for it on 4th down. That's not a good reason. Just because I'm too far back, it makes no sense. You see people come up with fakes on 4th down. That's why you should be able to go for it. There's no reason for us not to be able to go for it on 4th down, and y'all all can agree with me. I feel like he should, if anything, he should fix with the game. It's that one. That's the most I'm strict on that one because that doesn't make any sense. If it's a football game, you should be able to go for it on 4th down. And same way with 2-point conversions. Because 2-point conversions, that's even worse. Because it's hard to get the first down itself. It's just hard. It's just hard to get the 2-point conversion. It's hard to get the first down. The end zone. So you should be able to go for it on a 2-point conversion. Too, because they don't make the extra points. They just miss them wide left, wide right, or they don't even get there. What I mean when they don't get there, they kick it and it doesn't even get halfway to the goal. It literally goes nowhere because they like this. You should be able to go for it anytime you want, and you shouldn't be able to go for it just because you missed the field goal the first time. That makes no sense. So that's why I think you should be able to go for it on 4th down. Like in real football, you're able to go for it on 4th down, aren't you? Or aren't you not? Not cap. I mean, if I'm not capping, you can. On 4th down, we just punt it because they're making smart decisions in real football. But I feel like you should be able to make a decision on 4th down to 2-point conversions. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna move on to the third thing, and I think the third thing, this is an obvious one for everybody. Everybody hates this: friend passers and grinders. Everybody hates friend passers and grinders. I know they do because they've been reported today. Too many grinders and stuff. In my opinion, I think we should be more strict on that. But it's Football Fusion. What do you expect? They're not that strict on it. So I can only do what I can do, and then they literally don't put the dates on the report, so that doesn't help either. So that's why you should be allowed to like report grinders. I mean, it's obvious if they're grinding too. I don't think you should be able to get someone banned for grinding by sending the current game stats. So it makes no sense. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, but it doesn't. Why? Because they don't get enough to get banned. I feel like when you have at least 25 to 30 for quarterback or wide receivers, when you should get banned. Quarterback, I don't understand why it's 40. What was that? Anyways, like I was saying, back to the front passing grinders. For front passers and grinders, I feel like, yeah, like I was saying, 25 to 30, that's when they should be banned. Because people they just don't understand. Like, I don't think I feel like the FF admins don't understand that. Like, it gets annoying. Yeah, they get annoyed because it gets reported, but I don't think they understand when it keeps happening the whole game. That's why I feel like when it hits 25, that's enough. They should be banned at 25. But apparently that's not how it works. Because if it was my game, I would ban it at 25, and I'm not even capping. I don't play with that. I don't play with that. It doesn't prove you have no skill in this game if you just sit up here grinding. What skill do you have if you sit up here slanting the ball 25 freaking times just to get a rank? That shows you how bad you is. I'm not trying to call anybody out, but that's just how it is. You shouldn't have to do that just to get number 1. Because some people are just that good and don't even need to do that, and they're still better than you, which makes you look pitiful because you had to grind to get that high. Because I can assure you right now, I'm probably better than almost every quarterback on that list. That's global, including average global quarterbacks. And that's not even cap. That's how I feel about grinders, because they have no skill. Most of them don't anyway. Not especially if they're not old gen. So no. So like I said, about that, there's really no excuse for that. And the friend passing, I mean, that's basically leading to grinding if you're passing to the same guy on purpose. I wouldn't say friend passing is that much of a big deal as grinding is, but if friend passing becomes a problem, then just leave the server and go to a new one. I don't think friend passing is that big of a deal like grinding is. The reason I say friend passing is not that big of a deal is just because it's just not. You can always go to a different server and get passed to. Well, I get mad at noobs when they troll over it, right? No excuse to be trolling over not getting passed to, or someone getting passed to a lot. That's not an excuse. That's why they get banned. I don't play with that. It's not an excuse. I can understand if there's something else the issue, but that's not the issue here. You should not be doing that just because you're not getting passed to. That's why I had to ban them for a good 2 days for them to get it. We don't care about friend passing. We only care about global grinders. Well, grinding and friend passing is 2 different things. Those are 2 completely different things. If you can't handle friend passing, you need to leave the game. Oh. Friend passing is not that bad. It's just not. Grinding is completely different because you're trying to get to a higher level than everybody else when you're not even that good, right? That's completely different. So that's how I feel about friend passing and grinding, right? 2 different things. How about removing quarterback boundaries? Yes, that just has to go. That's not even... The reason I say it's got to go because it's not far back enough. It's got to be farther back than that, in my opinion. Because you have 3... All it takes is 3 DEs rushing and you're finished. There's just 3. It don't even take... Sometimes 2 is all it needs. They only need 3. 2 is all they need. Why? Because the boundary is literally maybe 10 yards back. That's not far. That's not far enough. You're literally gonna get sacked. When you hike the ball, you literally go that far back on like when you don't even have it in the when you don't even how does it work when you hit the no button for it? When you disable it for the game. That's why I disagree with that quarterback boundary being into the game. It's just not a good idea. I don't like the game, not the quarterback boundaries in the game. I disagree with the how far back it is. If it's back 20 yards, I think more people would like it. Because why would more people like it? Because you have more time to throw. You do not have time to throw, especially when XSCN's updated the play clock. It's like 16 now. You don't get to hike into 16, which makes quarterback boundaries even worse. Right? So that's why you got to be able to hike this ball and move. That's why I'm saying, if you're gonna make quarterback boundaries, make it at least back by 20 yards at least. That makes no sense why it's not back that far. It just makes no sense. Gotta do better than that, man. So I think that's how I feel about quarterback boundaries. If you're gonna put them in the game, put them 20 yards back. It doesn't make any sense why they're that close, right? They're too close. Then you're literally gonna get killed. I don't even think he could handle it if he doesn't have a good team. I'm just gonna tell you straight up. You have a noob team and you have 3D2 or 3D DEs rushing you, you're gone. There's nothing you can do. Care how good you is. You're going to get killed. Like, you're going to get like pancaked. There's nowhere you can run. Like, I just feel bad for you. And this is why you should be able to go for it. You see, it's a 1 minute warning. If your team really needed a desperate score and you had to punt because you can't go for it, then that's why the 4th down update is important. That's probably the most important one out of this video. But anyways, guys, that's probably going to come to the end of the quarterback boundaries one. Because it makes no sense how it's that close and you can't really do anything. It should be removed. For good. Now, obviously, this next one, I feel like everybody wants this one back because everybody hates the 100 power thing gone. That everybody wants 100 power back. So that's what the next thing is. I feel like he should bring that back because there's really no, because he's really thrown all the quarterbacks off with that, including me. I had to get used to 95 power, not 100, right? And I've gotten used to 95, so I don't know if it's actually a good idea to even bring 100 back at this point because people are getting used to 95. So I don't know anymore. I don't know if any people should bring back. I mean, if not X people, I don't know if X should bring back 100 power at this point. There's really no point of him bringing it back because people are getting used to 95. And if he's going to bring 100 back, then there's no point of him removing it in the first place. Like, why did he remove it when he's just going to bring it back later? There was literally no point of him removing it. So I think people just want 100 power back, and so they can play better with that. Because sometimes 95 can't go down that field. Hold up, I probably can show you how far 95 can go down there. I'm gonna show you I'm gonna show you guys how far 95 can travel. Perfect. I got on that 1 yard line. This is how far 95 can go. And I forgot that the okay, it goes end zone to end zone. But if you're like trying to throw it from the back of the end zone to like where you're to a target, not to mention if you're under pressure. I'm trying to get as far back as I can without getting a safety. Now I'm gonna let it fly. It travels to about the 10 or 5 yard line. You want it to go from the back of the end zone to back of the end zone. Why? Because what if you want to fit somebody? You gotta be able to fit somebody. So I feel like 100 power should be back for that. The reason he says 100 is gone is because he says 100 is too much. I mean, I wouldn't say it's that much power. Because the reason you need 100, because 100 is for slants. Hit them things directly on. You got 95, that's a completely different power. Trust me, 100 and 95 are completely different. 100 travels way faster. You can feel, if you're a quarterback, you can tell. Trust me. If you're not a quarterback, you wouldn't even understand. If you're a quarterback, you can tell the difference between 95 and 100 power. You just can, right? That's why I feel like 100 power should be brought back into the game, right? So, that's the only reason I think people would want to have it in Football Fusion as well as a 400 power. Next is fixing the truck on this game. Now, y'all know just as well as I know, if you tackle someone at this 9-yard line and they die like this, sometimes they fly into the end zone and it counts as a touchdown. It just happens. This game is just retarded sometimes with the trucking. I feel like the trucking can do better. Because on Football Universe, you know that trucking, if you try it on Football Universe, you're not going anywhere. Because I feel like FF needs a Football Universe script for trucking. Because trucking does in Football Universe, they do a good job of that trucking crap. If you literally truck someone, you're not going anywhere. You'll be marked down where you got tackled at. So I don't know why on Football Fusion when you get hit like that, you fly like that. I mean, technically on real football, you do get yards like that. So I can understand why trucking is not really removed at that same time. But it's a freaking football game. So what do you expect? People go flying, different things happen, stuff like that. So I'm not surprised. But I can really see why trucking wasn't that big of a deal, because in real football, you can literally take 2 hits and not go down in real football. It just won't count. It's just not how it works in real football. People take real hits in football. They literally take a body hit and they don't mark it as down. So it makes sense why it's like that in Football Fusion. So I don't see why people complain so much about it. It's not really that big of a deal. So I think people just need to chill out about the truck thing. It's not really that big of a problem. I wouldn't say truck is broken, but so this one I'm just call it truck. Should it be removed or not? It's just fine. Truck is just fine. Nothing wrong with it. So I'm gonna just skip out truck, and I think the final thing for this video might be the dive. Now everybody knows they want this dive back. The dive on this game is so garbage now. Like look at it. You can't even go anywhere like you used to go. Everybody wants to dive back. Everybody wants it back. I mean, X did give it a little bit of power back, but it's still not the same usually. So it's really become an issue with some people that are not good at the game, because people that use text and they're not good at the game, that's gonna be tough for them, because when you get nothing but boosted with that dive, it just shows you how garbage you is, because you can't do nothing without that dive. So they're complaining because they don't have enough boost to catch the ball over people that are just go without the text. So that just shows how good you are for the people that don't need the dive to be that good. So, but the reason I'm adding the dive to this list, because for certain catches, you need that far dive. There's no excuse for that. You gotta have a good dive there. Why is the dive so broken? I don't know. It's not really broken. It's so nerfed, because I think people wanted to. I think X wanted to fix what was it called? There was a glitch, I forgot. I think it was called Angle, but not sure. I think it was called Angle Glitch. I'm not sure. That's the only reason dive was nerfed this way. So y'all have really nothing to blame but yourselves, because y'all the ones kept abusing the glitch, and X got tired of it, so he fixed the problem with Angle. So y'all have nothing to blame but yourselves. So y'all need to quit complaining about the dive and get used to it. It's not our fault that you got the dive removed because of your stupidity. We told you to stop abusing the Angle glitch, and you're like, no, we're not gonna stop. So y'all was like, nah, if it's a glitch, y'all should fix it. Y'all should fix it, okay? And he fixed it by weakening the dive. So do not complain when when things don't go your way. Just don't complain. Don't complain. Don't complain when things go your way. So guys, about to dive. It's really y'all's fault. It's weekend. Like, there's no excuse about it. It's only weekend that way because y'all guys decided to keep abusing the glitches when he told you not to. So that's kind of a y'all problem. So now I think I explained all the problems in this game that should be messed around or touched on. The only two things I really I'm not concerned about is the truck and the dive. And the reason I'm not concerned about those two things because the truck is like that in real life. If you run into somebody in real life and they need us to touch the ground, you keep going. That's why I'm not concerned about the truck that much. And the dive, y'all did it to yourselves by abusing the angle glitch. So I'm not really concerned about that either. But everything else I am concerned about because there's no excuse to not be able to go for it on 4th down. You gotta be able to go for it on 4th down. There's no excuse about that. Or split conversions. If you're down by 2, sometimes it doesn't even let you go for 2. Go for it. You gotta be able to go for 2 when you need to. Like, if I want to go for 2, I should be able to go for 2. Especially when you're down like by a lot of points. You're trying to make a comeback and the only thing you can attempt is an extra point with the free, and then you're most likely going to miss it because of the kicking update. So that's why I'm concerned about that. So that is a big concern for the 4th downs and 2-point conversion issues. I am concerned about the friend passing and grinders because the grinding should be fixed. It doesn't show your skill by grinding. I am also concerned about the pro versus noob servers because noobs can be annoying sometimes. I'm also concerned about that. And I am concerned about quarterback boundaries just a bit. And the reason I'm only concerned about quarterback boundaries is because you can't really go back far enough without getting tapped. You're literally going to get killed. So there's really no excuse about that. So if y'all know, like I know, quarterback boundaries should be fixed. If you don't have quarterback boundaries in the game, move it back by 20 yards. And then I think that was also quarterback boundaries part. Like literally, especially if you're in the back of the end zone, you're going to be gone. I think that's really the only major issues about this game that y'all wanted me to make. So I think I might close out this video. I don't think pump fake is that much of a problem. So that's why I didn't talk about it in this video. Just get used to it. I don't think it's that much of an issue. The reason I say that is because you click the throw, so it's easier it's easier to just click say on one thing instead of trying to do something else. So if you guys have any questions in the comments, feel free to ask me because I feel like these things should be changed. I feel like everything else is just fine for the game, but these certain things I talk about in this video are not. Those need to be fixed. So if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe. And leave a like and subscribe. And comment your video ideas in the comment section because I know you guys want new videos about more things like this. So I'm gonna do my best to talk about more things like this. So make sure you guys, like I said, leave a like, subscribe, and just be ready for more videos like this soon. Peace out, guys. I wanted you to see my last go to touchdown.